We saw you. You were just as close with Booker out there. I heard your press secretary was saying you guys are buds. You guys text all the time. You're
Yeah,
quite the
well,
candidate.
Cory and I actually go way back, and Cory is actually almost impossible not to like. So I'd have to be a real jackass to be like, "Oh, that Cory guy." Like, I'm genuinely really happy to see him anytime I see him. Plus, if you're running for president, you just run into each other at all of the campaign stops, and so you naturally end up developing a friendship.
Okay, so I want to ask you about the impeachment trial today. Did you watch it, and did you think that Sondland made a clear case outlining a quid pro quo?
Well, I got the same information the American people did, and it's unfortunately verifying some of the things that we feared were the case. To me, unfortunately, the tough part's going to be succeeding in a trial in the Senate because it would require a couple dozen Republicans to actually vote for impeachment. There's been no indication that that would happen. My job is to focus on solving the problems that got Donald Trump elected in the first place. I expect him to still be there at the ballot box in 2020 for me to defeat.
Would you call that a failure? If Democrats cannot bring Republicans over to their side, is that a failure?
Well, I wouldn't consider that a Democratic failure. I would consider that a failure of Republicans to put country before party. Where at this point, Republicans are the de facto obstructionist defense instead of actually engaging in a fact-finding inquiry, which is what impeachment is for. And that is not the historical norm. Historically, even the party of the president is actually trying to figure out what happened. But unfortunately, Republicans don't seem to have a really keen interest in what happened. But you can't fault Democrats for not being able to change Republicans' minds on this. You have to go to the Republicans themselves.
I'll tell you what, there is a keen interest in. McConnell is saying that he wants to drag this out. What does that mean for some of your candidates who are going to be on the trail? How does this affect you?
Well, obviously, if you're in the Senate, then you might get dragged back to D.C. During the thick of the campaign, which would be unfortunate for the race. I mean, no one wants a dynamic where literally half the field is in D.C. and then the rest of us are stumping in early states. Obviously, I will be stumping in early states regardless, but I'd like to be able to see Kamala and Bernie and Elizabeth and the other senators on the trail too.
Andrew Yang, thank you so much.